Ciri ko man niliwayat ko rin. Mga makidyo milugulit. Hilin. Sudah kaya. Tuk. Mga kanidyo milugulit. Tuktoyaktuk.
Adiga.
And what does that mean?
Evidently.
Right on.
And what is the most important thing about the Arctic Games to you?
So most important thing about Northern Games is keeping our cultures and traditions alive and sharing our cultures and traditions with people from the outside of the region, and also just seeing everybody gathering together. Not very often we have all the communities on the coastal region, especially gathering together, so I think it's very important that we keep this and we continue to do these kind of events for the future.
And why do you think the Arctic Games are important?
Oh, there's tons of cultural awareness around it. All these games stem from survival tactics when our ancestors used to live out on the ice in igloos and huts and small places in the woods when it was not wintertime, right? So you would learn these games because it was the way that our people survived out on the land. Like the knuckle hop, that was a resemblance of you acting as a seal when you're wearing all your seal skin because it was really cold out. And when you're doing the knuckle hop, you were a seal essentially, and the seal would see that you were a seal. And that way you can get a lot closer and be a lot easier to kill another seal. So all of these games are very rich in experience, and they're rich in knowledge because they were essentially a way to survive.
It teaches some good life lessons. It teaches a lot about being humble, a lot about a lot about our culture, and also it's a great way to keep active, and it's a great way to meet people. It's fun all around.
Hey, right on, Underwood.
While we do the games, we teach that it's not a competition with anybody. It's only a competition against yourself and how hard you want to push yourself. And so even when we have competitions like this, and you might see somebody struggling, we're always encouraged to go up and help them as well. So it's very good because it teaches you that it's not all about yourself. You know, it's all about helping others, and it's all about getting better.
Tuktoyaktuk Simayok. Boy, sure could fly that Underwood.
For them to see, say, Underwood to kick that height is priceless for them to see, because that's going to be them. One day, we always tell them, me and Stephen Underwood, that's going to be you guys one day. You're going to have you're going to beat Underwood's record, you're going to beat all the other records, all of you are making it to the podium. And you just have to have patience and practice, and you'll make it.
How did it feel watching your kids from Inuvik competing?
Oh my goodness, it made me so proud. I was so happy because that's the first time that we've actually demonstrated with the kids from all the months that we've been practicing. And the kids have come such a long way, and you can see from how they were on stage that they really love doing the games and they love showcasing it. Just seeing how they handled it, it made me so happy. I'm so proud of them.
What is important to you about the Northern Games?
Northern Games is everybody get together, joining events together, camaraderie, spending time with each other, making new friends, meeting new people. My favorite memory was growing up, going to the Northern Games and drum dancing with all the groups that used to come to the Northern Games, all from Alaska and other communities in our region, all drum dance together. Growing up, that was my favorite part of Northern Games.
I'm here in Tuktoyaktuk for the first time. I'm most excited about the traditional activities of seal skinning and muktuk eating and some of the other sports. It means my culture and reconciling it and bringing it back.
Wow, they're going good here. Wow, they're going good. If you need any more art, let us know.
I'm most excited just to be here, honestly. Not any particular event, but I've spent my whole life outside of Inuvialuit, so like I've never been under the actual midnight sun before, and it just feels nice to be here and experience the culture in a way I never have gotten the chance to before.
I'm going to help you. One person really could dance inside. Find your partner, find your partner. Woo-hoo! Woo-hoo! One more time, one more time. One more time. Woo-hoo! Holy smokes, how about that, eh, folks?
I think that we learned that we can push ourselves to accomplish things, and we can accomplish those things and feel proud of them. And it's not always a competition about like who can do the best. It's just doing what makes you feel good. Part of it, I guess, was the opening speech where he said this thing about personal best, and yeah, and it's not about like me looking like a fool in front of people I don't even know. Why should I care? Everybody's putting themselves out there and just doing their best and having a good time, so I could do the same too. I'm really excited to be here. I've been looking forward to it for more than a year now, and I drove more than 1,500 kilometers to get here.
Yeah, just about busted that phone here. Hey, that's my phone, hey? Take it easy, man.
I see all these like laughs and joy and this, it just feels so good to be here, and that's what it's all about, I think. Yeah.
What are you looking forward the most to this week?
Well, I've been really excited about these games for a very long time, so I was really looking forward to all the friends and people I'm going to be seeing again, all the people I'm going to see competing and competing myself, and also I'm really looking forward to the great atmosphere that the games bring and the community wellness that it brings as well.
Here we go, folks. Holy cow, look at that. Holy smokers, look at that. Right on, guys, how to pull.
And what is your favorite thing about it?
I just love the spirituality and just the feeling and the vibe that it brings around, because it teaches you a lot about being humble, a lot of life lessons, and it really teaches you how to just all in all be a better person and feel like a better person.
You can go. 2-foot high kick.
It's perfect. I love it. Seeing all the kids come by and have fun and seeing them improve from week to week, and you know, it really makes me happy, because when I see them doing that, it reminds me of myself when I was younger, because they show a lot of compassion and a lot of motivation to learn more. So I know that they're gonna grow up to be great athletes, and I can see it already.
Because our ancestors used to play these kind of games, and yeah, we want to keep the tradition going.
Smile. I think just about all of us are, like, I'm half Inuvialuit and half Cockney, and so are my kids, obviously. But yeah, like, we're familiar with most of these games because sometimes they do them at school, or else they travel to the regional event that's held in Inuvik to the same traditional games. And at those games, they do a little bit of the Dene games. All the organizers are doing a really good job. I honestly didn't expect it to be this high caliber. Like, I thought it would just be kind of, you know, more laid back, but it's very well organized. My kids are having a ball.
Now remember, it's not the fastest, it's the neatest. So we don't want any holes.
So we could take all night?
Yeah. Oh. While there's still sun dancing here, still doing.
Back in the morning, you boys.
Some of the events they took part in so far, that was their first time. Like, for instance, the seal skinning and even the muskrat skinning, for some of them, that was the first time they actually skinned a muskrat. So they're really enjoying it. I think even one of them said it kind of feels like midway.
What was the most fun part of the Northern Games?
Probably the buck-duck eating.
Yeah, you're the muck-duck eating champion, right?
Yeah.
What was your strategy for that game?
Chew fast.
Why is it important for young people to play Northern Games?
Because we don't have much one of our older people that are like helping us and doing the games. They're not going to be here soon, so we got to carry it on, teach the kids.
Keep it up, keep trying. Don't be afraid to try new things. It doesn't hurt to try. You never know, and then just, you know, it's a part of our culture, and it's always good to try to retain as much of our culture as we can.
Yeah, pretty much what she said. It's good to be a part of the games, meet new friends, meet old friends as well, and just to be a part of the games, all the youth. Don't be shy to, join different games. You may not have tried before. It's a lot of fun to try different games, learn new things, and be a part of the events.
What do you think? By golly, jeepers sakes.
By golly, holy cow.
Okay, this is second pull here.
It's enjoyable, and when it's enjoyable, it's something you can never forget because once you have fun and meet new friends and stuff, it's can't be better than that.
And Gordon Rubin, our 2023.
Way to go. Big handshake. Right on. And they're still smiling at each other. Way to go.
Remember all the good times you had with your friends and all the memories you made, and keep joining events. And if you're shy, don't be shy. There's nothing to be shy for. It's all about joining, taking part and having fun together. Nobody's here to make fun of you or,
10, 15 years ago, we wouldn't be winning these prizes like we are today. So just keep trying, don't give up. If you need help, ask somebody for help. If you need advice, ask somebody for advice. And keep trying, that's the only way you're gonna learn.
And when I hear we're gonna do drum dance, I get so excited. I just grab my cover and I'm just ready, no matter what time it is, I'll have it on forever to keep the culture going. So we wouldn't forget about it. So they could keep doing it because it's a fun thing to do. It's
we need another official.
Yeah, it's fun and
okay, we got hands coming out here.
It's good for people to try it so they could talk about it and keep it going so it won't get forgotten. There's nothing to be shy about because no one's going to judge you or anything because it doesn't matter. If they're shy, then you can't peer pressure them into it. But if they don't want to, then you just got to leave them. But if they're shy, just encourage them about it.
What does being a good woman mean to you?
Doing good things.
And do you know any good women?
My Auntie Billy and Olivia, they're always helping people when they need help. Always be there for people.
Would anybody be your role models for drum dancing or for Northern Games?
Them, my auntie and my cousin Olivia Inglangasak and Billy Lenny. My favorite people. I just think of my dad. He was the one who taught me most of them. And my uncles and aunties. They used to teach me how to hike it with CK.
I'll be honest, Chastity is one of my role models.
Oh, there's that Chastity. Yeah. Oh, Chastity the other day, she was quarterbacking for Team Yukon. Talk about run fast, big panic. That's Chastity.
You're great at the sports and just the way you interact with elders and everybody else, I love it. Also, I guess Gemra would be one of them. But the one guy who's done every single event, I think that's awesome. Just to try every single thing, that's great. Yeah.
Just have fun. Yeah, and don't stay quiet, just have fun and be deadly.
Yeah, take advantage of the opportunities that we have to be here and to go to our other games in Yellowknife and the Arctic Winter Games and everything. It's really a great chance that we get as youth, and it can really change the trajectory of your life, having these healthy things to do.
It's something I've learned through the years that I had to earn. I had to learn.
Up here
When I had to learn, I was on my own.
Take some home.
But I made sure I was there for my granddaughter to learn, and I coached her.
Have a piece of bannock and have some tea.
I think it's good and respectful, and she taught me everything I need to do. She teaches me how to be respectful and everything. She helps me lots too.
I know for myself, I found it really hard to get out of myself. So in order to do anything, I had to get over my shyness and go forward. And from there, it was a challenge to learn all this stuff. But now that I'm
Some of you boys give Jason a
comfortable
hand. We
with
got to
it,
get
I'm
that
teaching
flour
my
and sugar
granddaughter
and salt
how
for
to
that
be
over into our
comfortable in what you're
Northern Game
doing.
Shack, okay?
And I'm just so happy she's there for me.
She used to do bannock making, and I always wanted to do it with her. She used to do it with my big uncles, and I always wanted to do it with her, but I was still too young yet.
If there's a dream out there that you want, follow it. I'm telling this for the younger generation. If you enjoy something, keep going. I know she does different stuff. She paints, she draws,
Please, if you see any
she
garbage
makes
out there,
banners,
please
whatever she
throw
wants, she
that
does it.
garbage in the garbage
And she's
containers,
got the
please.
get up and go, and I'm so
Makes it a
proud of
lot
her.
cleaner.
And how does it feel to have your son be organizing the games?
Definitely proud. It's a proud mommy moment and a dad moment too. It all started when he was little. You give them every opportunity that they can travel or, take part and volunteer. It starts when they're young. You have to instill it in them when they're young. That way they continue to do it. It's a proud moment. I'm very proud of Nathan, Agnes, and all the other youth that are making this happen, especially the committee for bringing it here to Tuck. And I hope that it continues here every summer for the youth anyway. The youth are our future. You girls are our future. And we always strive and tell our children that, they're important. They mean a lot to us, and yeah.
I was talking to Donald and I said, through COVID, we had such a hard time, like a pandemic, and everybody was locked down and kids were doing, homeschooling, and parents were working from home, and everybody's all in cramped quarters and not socializing like they're doing now. And a lot of people really struggled with mental health issues. They were not used to isolation, and a lot of this we became on our phones and stuff like that. So when we're thinking about it, and Tamara and Nathan and Agnes and Donald and Jerry were all talking about it. They're like, why don't we focus on the kids? Why don't we focus on the youth and let them be the forefront?
The usual high kicking
And that's why the storytelling event is a big addition to the Northern Games. Storytelling used to come and just be a natural thing.
So her and her friends were trying to walk to school carrying a bunch of sticks, and at some point the dog came back and was trying to chase his owner.
But by adding a storytelling event to this Northern Games, it gives an opportunity for you guys to get up there on that mic and be comfortable with that mic. Because honestly, and no disrespect to nobody, but when we were growing up, and the generation probably after us, like Shaney's group, were like, okay, kids, enough. Go sit down. Go be quiet. We'll take care of it. But we want you guys to get up on that mic and talk and tell stories and feel empowered. And for too many times, the youth haven't had an opportunity to be at the forefront of many things. And we're offering this. We're helping you guys. We want this to happen for you. It's not about us. We're there supporting you, helping you on the way, lifting you up if you need that hand. So that's the inspiration, is to help you forward, a little nudge by nudge, saying you guys can do it, right? And we're behind you, like we have all of these people around you, and they're strong, solid people, and we're here to help you guys. So that's the whole idea about this event. Yeah. And that's what inspired us. And that's why today and every day for the next number of days is going to be amazing and wonderful, because it gives you an opportunity to just immerse yourself in all of this. So then next time Donald comes around, you're going to say, hey, what are we doing next?
But to get that next generation to come it's gonna be a little bit of work for everybody to do, and we'll take it one step at a time. And after this Northern Games, you're gonna see them all come out and around, and they're all gonna be interested and ready for when the next Northern Games come.
I've always been a firm supporter of the youth here in the community, and it's good to contribute to the rest of the ISR and people from all over, so that kids can have a better future and more things to look forward to. That's part of our culture, our heritage. We need to encourage it, showcase it, and we need our future generations to be ready to take over and learn what it takes to put on a big event and keep on things going, moving forward.
I'm Miley Wolki, and thank you for coming to the Northern Games Inuvialuit Piuyausiat. I hope I see you all again next year. Thank you all for coming. Kuyunai ni Hagden Gunix.
Guys, we want development. We want you guys to use proper technique. So we're going to start at a warm-up height of 1 feet 6, and the starting height's going to be 2 feet. And what we want to see is good technique every time. You guys all know how to do this? Come on, guys, pull hard, don't
Pull, guys, pull! Pull, go!
Come on, pull, don't give up, don't give up.
Keep going, keep going.
Come on, you guys, pull, don't give up.
Keep going. Don't give up, keep going.
Come on, guys, don't give up.
Keep going.
Pull.
Keep going. Keep going. Keep going, keep going.
Awesome, bro.
So I think that Good Woman is a game where they not show off, but they show their skills in the their traditional way, like tea boiling, bannock making, seal skinning, muskrat skinning, and I really believe that how they got this together was because that's how you have to live off the land. You learn to be warm, so you have to make a fire, and then you learn to harvest your food, so you get the animals, and so it's. I'm glad that they really showcase that because, like our culture, still lives on. And when I think of the Good Woman and Good Man event, that would bring me back to 1970 when they were listening to it on the radio, and it was so, I think it was so inspirational back then that it carried through to like today. And I'm just happy to be part of it. That's what the Good Man and Good Woman depicts the event.
Oh, showing your hunting skills, your survival skills, like the tea boiling, making a fire out of nothing, or just a match, no lighters. And, seal skinning, you're showing your skills, showing your skills how to properly harvest and skin the seal, Because you use every part of the seal, right? Every part of the seal. You tear the hide, got no more muck. You got to make sure it's all perfect, right? Perfection. And you don't want to waste nothing. You don't want to waste nothing. But being a good man is don't really passing on what you know, right? You know, being a good provider, right? Back then, you got to be a good provider. Good provider, good hunter, good skinner, everything. That's what I think a good man is. And a good woman, the same thing. Same thing. Make a good tea, bannock, good mucklucks. They're the ones that teach the men, how to actually harvest the seal, the muskrats, proper perfection, right? You understand? Like they show us, the women show us how to be the good men.
Oh my goodness, I think everybody kind of showed their good womenness this weekend. We had, like I said, a bunch of ladies in the cook shack doing all these, starting fires, making tea, making cultural foods. We just wanted everybody to be taken care of and fed and just to enjoy and have a good time.
To be a good man, I mean, like just being able to actually not only play the Arctic sports, but also be able to work with other people, whether that be making a fire, boiling tea, making bannock. All these are just little skills that eventually our young people will learn. Not if they learn, they will learn if they continue to play the games that we do here. Because being able to pass all that knowledge on, to me, is a good person. Not a good man, not a good woman. We all have all these different skills that we have to learn, especially when we go out on the land on our own. Being able to not only break pieces of wood, it shouldn't be about one gender or anything like that. It's if we're out on the land on our own, we have to be able to do all of these skills, and not just being able to make fires and stuff like that, but being able to pass that knowledge on no matter what the gender is, because to be able to be a full person, especially as Inuvialuit people, we believe that we have to know all of these skills. So being able to be a good person is passing all this knowledge on. So, yeah.
For me, I think to be a good woman, you have to have the ability to have the skills to keep your family well fed, well clothed. You have to be able to use skills that you have learned from your parents or your grandparents or your in-laws to survive out on the land, and show some integrity, I would say, be a good sport and be willing to help others without, just competing for yourself. You have to help others during the whole entire games. I think the games are so unique because it shows you're not competing to just win. You're competing, and when you see somebody that's not doing too good and they need some help, you go to them and you help them. You help them achieve the finishing off the event. So I think there's 3 areas that you have to be a good woman in. And it's to survive on the land, be able to let your family eat, be able to
keep your family warm by learning how to sew using the animals that your husband brings back home, and you could, like with the seals getting washed, flush your seals, dry them up, and after that you tan them. After you tan the seals, you make a pair of shoes, stuff like that. So, and another big part is you have to be able to learn other people how to do what you learn. Because if you keep it on your own, our culture will die. So learning other people how to cook or how to sew.
Man, oh man, wouldn't have this without Howie McLeod, man.
That's my sense of what a good woman is. And also to be able to help your community.
I wouldn't be possible without Junior.
Yeah. To be able to help your community, to have a strong, vibrant community. I think basically you need to learn your culture to survive and to be a good woman at these games.
To be a good woman, every woman is a good woman. But to be a good woman is, to, like I said, always just try, and it's good that they're doing these events and they're involving the elders to have an elder on their team. And that's what we mean about learning from your elders. And it's just so important. It's important all around to have those events, those kind of events, to teach these young people that this is what our people do. This is how we do it. This is, this is important to us. This is part of the Northern Games.
For me, I was watching my grandpa, Tom Ross. He was in the events in Inuvik, and he would do the tea boiling or the bannock making, and he was fast. My dad, he'd be laughing the whole time while doing it. It's just, it's great. Yeah. It means a lot because I could learn little tricks as they're doing it, and I try to do that. And I have my son watching me do these games, and I can see his little things that I do that he does now. It's just passing things down.
Behind every man is always a good woman,
Robert here.
no matter what.
I'm so happy you're here.
And then that's
Uncle Robert from Ulakta.
experienced that. And seen my dad at his lowest.
You guys should be up on your hands and your toes, guys. Hands and your toes.
But
hands and your toes up in the air.
They talk together. They have their alone time together. Next day, it's like nothing happened.
So happy that Joyce
Same
a team
outgoing,
from Thank you, Joyce,
most positive man around.
Team together. Right on, boys. Welcome
ready to go again. Night before, saw him at his lowest.
Blake from
That's because he talked to my mom.
Look at that. Tyson's our interpreter.
Tyson.
Mother is so vital in a family, whether it be a small family, big family.
Just as good as interpreter.
Mother is the heart.
William George.
And he used that. He showed me that. So that part there really hits home.
I've known Lucy for 38 years. We've been married for 28 years, and she's the greatest person I know. She's the mother of my two sons, Nanak of my two grandkids, Nicholas and Haley, and we support each other as much as we can so that we could achieve a lot of what we want to do, and this is one of them, our Northern Games for sure.
Well, it's been a few really tough days because it's a lot of work, but it's so amazing though. We had some really great people and a lot of volunteers, and people just stepped up and said, let's do it. But with
Donald, I felt so confident because he was up there, he was managing, he had a whole crew behind him, you know, ready to do whatever needed to be done. And that's the Northern Game Society, is like you have a whole crew of people that are volunteering. They're putting aside time to get things done. And with people like Donald and Jerry, they're there. And then Dang and Hans chipped in, and Joss chipped in, and everybody pulled together. But to be a good man means that, you know, you're taking care of your family, you're protecting them, and you make them feel confident and protected.
Sweetheart, here's a song showing us the love for one another.
The Northern Games represent our cultural heritage for the Inuvialuit people. These are games of survival. We have 4 themes that we train for the athletic areas, and those include agility, strength and endurance, resistance to pain, and our social games. We have well over 300 games in our culture, including the good man, good woman events. Those are events that our elders, our seasoned hunters, our good women bring their skills from the land to the games. So we're trying to build a bridge to, for youth to have the opportunity to learn by getting into these Northern Games. So that's one way that we bridge our games back to our land.
Prepping them for things they may encounter. If a kid has to jump from a shore to an iceberg, our games kind of mimic that. If you have to jump one to another, like we have games to do that. The triple jump mimics that, jumping from one bird to another. Jumping a distance, that's what kneel jump will teach you. Our games are mimicked from what we do on the land.
And there's always a point to every single game. Like, it's not just to do it, it's to develop the strength and the skills for survival.
Northern Games is one of our games that we did as young Inuvialuit boys when we were kids, and we learn how to live and survive in our Inuvialuit environment and in our habitat. We learn how to survive in our communities, and we play the game because the games are a good way of keeping us physically fit and strong and fast. And it really helps us too when we start thinking.
All the games that we do, all comes from the land. Our ancestors developed that through that. Just from living out in the land, and I guess they just came from like mentality. How they got all these games, I don't know. To be honest about it. But out in the land and being a nomad, you think a lot, You think a lot.
And even with the Arctic sports, your agility, your strength, those are all stuff that you need to be out in the land. I live out in the land practically year round. With my family, we're always out harvesting, and you need those skills. It's not only about learning to make a fire or learning to make a shelter. You need to have the strength, the agility, the knowledge, anything that you learn here. These are skills that you'll need to be out in the land, because it's not easy. Out there, there's a lot of obstacles that you can run into, things that could happen, and if you don't have these skills, it'll be hard to survive.
River Andrews from
Like I say,
Tuktoyaktuk. Scott
it's not a
Kimixana from
forgiving
Tuktoyaktuk.
environment,
Delaney
and
Kimixana from
we have to
Tuktoyaktuk.
adapt.
Peyton
Like
Elias
even
from
now these
Tuktoyaktuk.
days, climate change going
Please
on.
make your
We
way up.
adapt. We're not gonna end just because things are changing. We adapt to the change.
Okay, one more
That's
call
how
for
we
Brian
adapted from
Pascal
moving from a
Miley.
nomadic life to a community. We adapted. Some are better at others, but the ones that are struggling, you try to help them. You know, when you see someone and they're struggling, you go offer.
Come on up.
You offer help. You offer assistance. They may just need a little bit of talking to, a little bit of coaching, you know. But it's all it is helping your neighbor, and that's just how we are as Inuit. You know, we help each other because that's just how we are. That the environment. If you don't, you'd fail, and when you fail, that could end your life. You know, that's how harsh it is. So
just like long ago, we adapt to hardship, and we still continue that. There's always a leadway sometime. So sometimes the animal change, we change too.
So, you know, the climate is changing, the environment is changing. We're seeing animals up here that we've never had before. We're doing one of the events I see that we're doing here at this set of Northern Games in Tuk. We're going to do beaver skinning. They've never had beaver here before. The beaver came into the picture here 5 years ago or 7 or 8 years ago. Here, never had beaver here, I don't think. Now I hear we're having problems with the beavers damming up the creeks and that outside of this community. So that's how much change that's going on. They figure that every 10 years the animals move north one more kilometer.
All the erosion that's happening, the land changes, the fires that we have, the floods that we have now, it's a lot different. We see a lot of different insects, different birds, and even different animals, you know, animals that we've never seen before, other than on TV or on picture. But you see them now, they're coming into our area. It's all because of the changes of our planet. You know, it's rapidly changing right now. It's not stopping or it's not slowing down, you know, and it's sort of like everything that's alive today is in a panic of that. They know. Even the insects know, the animals know, the birds know it, you know, they see it's change.
Well, you gotta always move, you know, adapt to your surrounding, the environment and everything. Because in the games too, you gotta adapt to changes, right? There's changes in the sport and everything. So it's same as land, you gotta adapt to change. Because it's changing all over the coast, all over the delta, it's all changing. It's all changing, the landscape, the heat, the temperature, the weather. You just gotta adapt. Because I can tell you myself, I see a lot of change, and we gotta make those changes ourselves too. We gotta go, you know, travel different routes and everything. We gotta go with the changes, go with the land. You know, the land teaches you. Land teaches you where to go, how to navigate it, but just gotta adapt to everything. Adaptation. Edward Lenny would have told me, you know, you gotta learn. Gotta learn what the land is telling you. You gotta listen. Gotta look. You gotta see. There's a lot of change.
The change is coming, and you know, what do we do? What can we do? And we don't know because we've never been in that situation before, and it's really something that we've got to look into, especially things that we can't control. We can't control a land that's changing.
Yeah, I think it's not so much really adapting to the changes of the land, but like just like being able to keep a strong mindset to be able to overcome whatever obstacles we do come to. Because like with all these games, like with Ed Lenny, he always said, never say you can't. Because once you say that, you're not going to be able to do anything. So being able to play these games and try these games and to have coaches and officials and other athletes to pass that knowledge on is how us as human beings to be able to do that in a regular life, that will allow us to keep training not only our bodies but our minds to be able to overcome things that we would, like life will throw at us, because we never know what's going to come at us at any point of the day. But whenever we say we can't, or if we don't try, likely we're not going to be able to do anything to overcome those obstacles.
And now, like today, it's more prominent now. Climate change, we're changing. You know, we're using higher powered rifles, making longer shot. We're using faster machines. We're using faster kickers. Things we're changing. Just how
Welcome to Danny Kokiak and David
adapting.
Listana.
And I think
Good to have you here.
Inuit people are the best at it. You know, we've got to. They keep saying the Arctic is we'll see the biggest changes in the climate. Well, we're experiencing it, but we're adapting. That's just how we are.